Hi guys, welcome to Learn Henna with Adise. Today we're gonna see part 2 of basic henna elements. First, with the elements that we have learned so far, let's make a border. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a double line. As always, I'm draping my lines, I'm not touching the surface. After which I am also gonna draw another line and then I would fill the lines which we did just now. So this is the third line I'm drawing. So once you drape your lines, don't worry about these broken stuff. You can just fix them. I'm just filling the first two lines. Now you have a decent border. I'm just wiping my cone in the meantime. Now we are gonna replicate these humps here. So I'm gonna do the humps as tiny as possible. So as the tinier the humps you do, it's better if you do two chains of humps. If you have a set of long and slender humps, then it is fine. One chain would be sufficient. Do the humps as clean as possible. Wipe your cones in between if you see there's some kind of mismatch or there's leakage of henna. So as always, my videos are always in real time so that you can understand that art takes time and there is no need for you to rush. Just concentrate on your work. Speed will follow. So the breaks that I'm taking between is me trying to wipe off the cones so that I will have a clean tip. So once you're done with these two lines of humps, I'm just gonna underline it with a border. So each time you underline it, you will have a defined border. And then I would like to incorporate the flower kind of design which we did in our last video with the swirl and everything. So let's start with the swirl. We will incorporate that element as a tiny swirl. And then I would go with humps. And then I would line this with the gulf element. Let me just draw the same throughout the line so that you will have a uniform effect. It's important that you draw these elements of same size or else it would look uneven. Replicate the size and look as much as possible. We are on to the last one now. Once we finish this, we will proceed with the gulf element. So the whole border is made of elements which you have just learned. So this is how you work. Yeah, the gulf element now. An elongated dot and flick. So now they look like petals. Just like layering a few humps and lines and dots, you would create this border, and this would be the dividend between two distinct designs. Supposing if you're drawing a peacock and then you're drawing something else, this could be a dividend, the border. Now we'll move on. We will draw another basic element called vine. So this is a simple vine with a straight line and then small leaves on either side. Always wipe your tip, and leaves are pretty much easy to draw. Just a small branch and then elongated dots. And make sure you flick them neatly because the flick will neaten up the whole design. If you don't have a flick, it will look like a small blob of henna. Make sure you make them equidistant from each other. And now I'm going to draw a double cover where I've just drawn the first line, and I will thicken this, and after which I'll give another line. So this double cover is another element where you can use this in various aspects of your hand designing, maybe as a border just to differentiate two different designs, two parts, or somewhere around the finger design you can use this. Wherever as you learn, you will find your own style, and then you can incorporate these elements. There is no hard and fast rule to do this. So I am just drawing another border. So the more borders and humps and all you do, the more distinct and definite your designs will be. It take time and do all this step by step so that your final design will look complete. Let me just wipe this off and then we will proceed later. So now that we have practiced enough of borders and basic elements, we will move on to some freehand elements. The first element that I would like you to practice is circle, because this will come in hand when you try to draw mandalas and stuff. Don't worry if they're not perfect, and it is also important to practice them in the unnatural direction. Apart from circles, it is also important to draw other elements like rhombus or squares, because all of this will come in handy when you draw shapes. Other than drawing, it is important to practice around with your henna cone so that you will be comfortable with your designs and elements. You should be comfortable with your tool basically. Now I'm just going to draw another border for the circle that we have drawn, maintaining equidistance from the inner circle. This will come in handy when we are drawing mandalas. So I am just gonna draw another outline like how we did for the previous circle. Whenever you find time, you just practice like this. Draw some random shapes, have an outline, and then draw a set of hums over them so that you practice the basic elements over and over again. The more you feed this into your muscle memory, the more easier it gets. So since we have drawn outline for all the elements, we will just go ahead and draw some humps. For the circle, I am drawing the first layer of humps, nice tiny ones. Slow and steady. Now when you draw, sometimes you will see a bleed or breach in your henna, like so. So then it's time to wipe your henna cone. So when you wipe your henna cone, your hums will become neat and tidy. So that's the hump that we want, nice and clean. Wipe some more. Yeah, we want clean humps like this. So in this tiny designs, if you make a mistake, it will look really ugly. So once you're done with the humps, you can either draw a set of another humps. This is just a practice session for me. I'm the more humps you do on random shapes, the more comfortable you will get. So we are basically done. I'm just playing around. Finally, I'm just gonna end with these simple petal-like structures. It will be helpful when you draw some gulf elements of floral designs, with which we are gonna end the video for today. So all along you might have thought whether this henna cone would have stained your tile, to which we will answer in the upcoming videos. I will show you how to make a henna cone that does not stain. Thank you for watching.